So my dear students of class 8 section ABC, I hope you all will be very fine, healthy and happy and will be comfortable also along with your family members. And we are discussing right now the second chapter of our book, and I think by today we will finish the chapter. I hope so. One thing I would like to say, I have shared some homework to you people, okay, but still the homework has not been submitted to me, so that is not good. Yesterday I gave you some question that you have to write three questions, okay, question number 1, question number 2 and question number 3. You have to solve these three questions and submit it to me, but you people did not submit. That is not good. Immediately by today submit it to me, okay. Okay beta, submit it to me as soon as it is possible to you. So by today I think we will able to finish the chapter. The company army. We are discussing this one. No, we have discussed. I think we have discussed this one also. Savar, trained soldiers on the horseback. Yes, we have discussed. Musket and matchlocks we have already discussed. Then the conclusion. The next heading is the conclusion. Thus, the East India Company was transferred from a trading company to a territorial colonial power. The arrival of new steam technology in the early 19th century also added the process. Till they it would take anywhere between 6 and 8 months to travel India by sea. Okay, steamships reduces the journey time to 3 weeks. Okay, enabling more Britishers and their families to come to far from a country like India. Will you believe that the distance between India to Europe, I mean Britain, was covered approximately 6 to 8 months earlier, but due to the invention of steam engines, this this distance was covered within 2 or 3 weeks. I mean 15 to 20 days. By 1857, the company came to exercise direct rule over about 63% of the territory and 78% of the population of India. Okay, underline this. These facts are very important. By 1857, company came to exercise direct rule over about 63% of the territory and 78% of the population of the Indian subcontinent. Combined with its indirect influence on the remaining territory and population of the country, the East India Company had virtually the whole of India under its control. Okay, so the East India Company had virtually the whole of India it's under control. So later on, the East India Company controlled the whole India. Okay, whole India in its control. Slave trade in South Africa, a small passage is also there. The Dutch trading ships reached southern Africa in the 17th century. Dutch means, again I would like to highlight that Netherlands. Okay, the Netherlands trading company reached southern Africa in 17th century. Soon a slave trade began. People were captured, chained and sold in slave markets. Okay, when slavery ended in 1834, there were 36,774 private privately owned slaves in the Cape. Cape Town means Cape means Cape Town, the capital, located at the southernmost tip of Africa. A visitor to the Cape in 1824 has left a moving account of what he saw at the slave auction. Okay, so there is a description, beautiful description, that what did the I mean visitor saw. He has mentioned the an auction of the slave market. Having learned and that was to be safe of cattle, farm stock, etc. by auction, we halted our wagon for the purpose of procuring fresh oxen. Among the stock was a female slave and her 3 children. Having learned that there was to be sale of cattle, okay, means those slaves were treated like cattle, okay, farm stock, etc. by auction, okay. We halted our wagon for the purpose of procuring, wagon means vehicle, okay, for the procuring fresh oxen. They were trying to buy some new oxen. Among the stocks was a female, and among that stock there was a female slave and her three children. The farmers examined them as if they had been so many head of cattle. They were sold separately and to different purposes. The tears, anxiety, and anguish of the mother while she cast her rending look upon her children, and the simplicity and the touching sorrow of the poor young ones while they clung to their distracted parent, contrasted with the marked insensitivity and jocular countenances of the spectator. Now, this is a very bad scene in which a mother has come to sell her three children in the market for the purpose of trade and commerce. I mean, slave trade, and then one some farmer comes and they purchase her children. So this is a very cruel scene, I think. Okay, but this is just giving a to give us a glimpse of I mean second slave trade in Africa. So read this one also. This is also important, but the question will not come, I think. This is only for our understanding about the slave trade and commerce in the African continent. So now let's recall this one. What is Diwani? Now I am just confirming your exercise from here. Understand what is Diwani. Diwani is right to collect and revenue. Tiger of Mysore, who? Tipu Sultan is called the Tiger of Mysore. Then Fauzdari Adalat. Fauzdari Adalat means criminal court. Criminal court. Rani Chennamma. Rani Chennamma led an anti-British movement in Kittur. And last means Sipahi means Sepoy. Sipahi means Sepoy. Filling the blanks. The British conquest of Bengal began with the Battle of Plassey. Haldar Ali and Tipu Sultan were the rulers of Hyder Ali and Tipu Sultan were the rulers of Mysore. Dalhousie implemented the doctrine of lapse. Maratha kingdom were located mainly in the western part of India. I mean southwestern part of India. Or you may write it western also, but the appropriate answer will be southwestern part of India. State whether true and false. Okay. The Mughal Empire became stronger in 18th century. False. In 18th century, Mughal Empire started becoming very poor. The English East India Company was the only European company to trade with India. That statement is also false. The English East India Company was not only one company to conduct trade and commerce with India, but other companies were also available, like Dutch East India Company, like Portuguese East India Company, like French East India Company also. Okay, so this statement is also false. Next question, Maharaja Ranjit Singh was the ruler of Punjab. Correct answer, correct, true. Maharaja Ranjit Singh was the ruler of Punjab, Jammu Kashmir, Lahore. Okay, all these area he was ruling. Option number D, the British did not introduce administrative changes in the territory they conquered. This option is false. The British started introducing new administrative techniques in those areas where they conquered. Okay. Question number 4. What attracted Europeans trading companies to India? Okay. What attracted? This is a very good question. ठीक है ना? So answer will be point number 1. Point number 1, internal conflicts of Indian people. Point number 2, raw material available in Indian people. Point number 3, cheap labor available in Indian scenario. Okay, so all these things, the policy of colonization adopted by Britishers, it also interacts. So all these policies are responsible for the purpose of I mean, showing interest of British East India Company to Indian subcontinent. Now the question that I am discussing or I am trying to search. Okay, the thing what I have told you, just write in a copy and show it to me, or you may just try to search it, search this question in this book also. Just see from where the answer comes. Question number 5. What were the areas of conflict between the Bengal Nawabs and East India Company? This is a very good question. What were the areas of conflict? Okay, so you'll have to read, for this you'll have to read the Battle of Plassey, the Battle of Buxar. Okay, read these headings and you'll find the answer. The Battle of Plassey and the Buxar of Battle. The Battle of Buxar. You'll find these areas. Okay, why East India Company was struggling. Page number 15. After the Battle of Buxar, the Battle of Plassey, you will find the answer of this question on page number 12. Okay, you will find the answer of this question on page number 12. So see it from there and try to solve it. Then what is the next question? How did the assumption of Diwani benefit the East India Company? Okay, how did the assumption of Diwani benefits the East India Company? So the answer will be here. Diwani. Wait a second, I am replying the question. Question is, how did the assumption of Diwani benefit the East Indian Company? So after getting Diwani of Bengal, British East India Company was totally free to conduct trade and commerce in a independent way in West Bengal. They were also authorized to collect revenue also. Okay, there was no direct interference of Mughal emperors into those areas. Another thing, under this thing, the British East India Company, the officers of British East India Company were also trying to conduct their own personal trade and commerce. Okay, so by all these activities, Diwani got a lot of benefit. I mean, British East India Company got a lot of benefit from the Diwani. Explain the system of subsidiary alliance. Now this is the state question. You may find it here. Subsidiary alliance. This is here. War with the Maratha. Claim of. No, after the war of battle it will be there. Now this is here. Company rule expands. Paragraph number 2. Paragraph number 2. Company rule expands. Okay. So this whole paragraph will tell you that what are the basic features of the treaty of, I mean, subsidiary of alliance. Now the next question. In what way was the administration of the company different from the Indian rulers? Now you'll have to see what was the system of Indian ruler and what was the system of British East India Company. Okay, in what way? So there are different, from the point of view of army, the system was different. From the point of view of the cavalry, I mean, the system was different. From the point of view of the government system, I mean, from the point of view of ruling, government point of view, it was a different system. From the point of view of collecting methods of revenue, it also was a different kind of system. So in all these manners, the system of British East India Company or the administration of East India Company was totally changed from the Indian rulers. Then the question number 9, describe the changes that occurred in the composition of the company's army. What kind of changes occurred in company's army? So then page number 22, the heading is the company army. You'll find the answer here. In the heading company army, you'll find the answer. Okay. So these are the 9 questions I have discussed with you. Write all these questions and show it to me. Okay. Then leave question number 10 and 11. We will discuss in the class. But write 9 questions and show it to me immediately. This is your homework and classwork also. So thank you for joining me. Write all the 9 questions of second chapter exercise and show it to me immediately.